This is your APAS update for March 10th. We've got 7 updates for you this week. Number 1. APAS staff and directors, as well as the Youth Leadership and Mentorship Program mentees sponsored by FCC, were in Ottawa last week for the Canadian Federation of Agriculture's annual general meeting. We had meetings with a variety of people, including Minister Bibeau, Conservative Agriculture Critic John Barlow, as well as Michael Hoffort from FCC, and other meetings throughout the week. APAS had put forward 5 policy resolutions as well that got discussed and voted upon during the policy resolutions session at the AGM. Number 2. Also at the CFA's AGM, APAS past president Todd was elected for a second term as the second vice president of CFA. Todd has served for 5 years on the CFA board, and he also served last year as second vice president. So congratulations to Todd for his re-election. Number 3, you should have recently received an email from APAS asking for your feedback on 19 draft recommendations that have come out of our next policy framework task force. You'll recall that APAS put together its NPF Task Force last fall in order to provide recommendations into the federal government's consultation to create the next 5-year framework that will govern funding for programs like Agri-Stability, Agri-Invest, and Agri-Recovery. The NPF Task Force is getting close to finalizing its recommendations, but first, they wanted to get feedback from producers on these 19 draft recommendations. So a link to that survey and the draft document is included in the video description below. Number 4, last week, APAS put in a submission to the Canadian Grain Commission's consultation as they review the subject to inspector's grade and dockage provision. You can see a link to that document in the video description below. Number 5, APAS is going to have a booth at the trade show at SARM's Convention next week on March 15th and 16th, so make sure to stop by and say hi. Number 6, FCC is hosting their Young Farmer Summit on March 22nd. This free virtual event is intended for any agricultural producers under the age of 40, and there's a wide variety of engaging speakers, so a link to the registration page is included in the video description below. And number 7, if you've got an RM Council meeting coming up and you need APAS update materials, or if you'd like APAS staff or directors to come to the meeting with you, let me know and we'll get it set up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.